have with us today Gregory James from the Crow Wings. Congratulations on the new album.
Thank you.
It just
Thank
came
you
out.
very much. Yeah, we're really proud of it. It didn't take that long to make, you know. It took just a few months actually to record 10 songs, and it would have taken a lot shorter time if everyone's schedule, you know, like everyone was busy doing their own thing, including the person who ran the studio and the musicians. You know, to get everybody in the same room was kind of difficult, but that was the only hang-up about the album. The 10 songs was just scheduling. Otherwise, the thing would have been recorded in, you know, under a week, I think, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us the backstory behind these tracks. Let's just kind of go through them one by one and just kind of get a feel for where these tunes came from.
Yeah, the debut album for the Crow Wings. Yeah, let's go down song by song.
So, looking at song number 1, If It Takes All Night, give us the backstory behind that first track on the album.
If It Takes All Night, that kind of reminds me of like a Beatles type thing. I use these sort of old-fashioned chords on that song, and it's a little love song. If it takes all night, you know, to fall in love, then so be it, you know. And that's what that song's about, basically, is if it takes all night, you know, I've got time. It's a love song.
Cool.
I write a lot of love songs.
So, looking at song number 2 on the album, I'm Done. What was the premise for that?
I'm Done was one of those songs that was written very quickly. It was written, a lot of the times the best songs come at once. You don't sit down and labor over them, they just come like in a flash. I'm Done was one of those songs. For me, anyway, it's a feeling of just being sick of something and being through with whatever the situation may be, you know, if it's a job or if it's an old relationship or whatever the situation is, you know, you can kind of apply it. It's kind of universal, you know. I'm just like fed up, I'm done, and that's the basic idea for that one.
When we look at track number 3 on the album, Not Sorry, kind of where did that come from? Kind of who
Yeah,
did that come from in the band?
It's one of Jessica's songs. She'll have to answer that one, but I love her songs. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. I love that saying, but her song is very catchy, and I'm a fan of her work, and yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks.
How about looking at song number 4 on the album, Sunshine for Two? Tell us about
Sunshine
that
for
one.
Two is an odd track on the album. It's almost got like a jazz sort of feel. The chords are these big boy chords. It's not typically what you'll find in rock music, and Izzy plays flute on that one. Izzy normally plays the saxophone, but on that song he grabbed the flute, and it sounds really cool. Swanky is how Jessica describes it, and it does, you know. It's a really odd song, but people seem to dig it, you know. It's funny because the songs that I think that people will love, they don't really connect with, and the songs that I think are throwaway songs are just too strange. A lot of the times are the ones that actually connect with people. So I'm the worst to judge, like, my own material, as far as what people will like. I'm the worst, but yeah. So Sunshine for Two is odd little track that somehow made it into the album.
Sure. How about track number 5, I Dream About You? Where did that come from?
I Dream About You. I wrote that over the summer, and I had just been messing around with a little guitar lick, and again, that was a song that just came instantly, and it's again a little love song. It's a simple little love song, you dream about somebody, or somebody's falling in love, and you can't get them out of your minds, and I dream about you. It's really a simple little love song.
About number 6, Stuck on You.
Stuck on You, again, a simple little love song. It's where the person thinks, I never wanted to fall in love, but I did. I wasn't their intention to fall in love, but they did, and you can't help it. When love strikes, who knows? But that's what that song is about. Once you realize that you're in love with somebody, it's too late. That's what it is. And Stuck on You is about that. It's too late. I'm already in love.
How about track number 7, No Vacancy?
No Vacancy, one of Jessica's, and that was one of the first songs that we ever wrote together. Or she wrote it, but that was the first song that she brought to the band, and I thought that it was really great song. It was so poignant, the lyrics. I think from my understanding, it's like if somebody were to move on in a relationship, there's no vacancy in their heart anymore for the person that they moved on from, and that's what I get from the song. I thought it was really poignant, and I like the chord structures, and that's how really the Crowing started as a collaboration between Jessica and myself, was that song. So it's kind of special, yeah.
About song number 8 on the album, Her Love Lives On.
It reminds me of like a Beatles song. It tells a story about a woman who had her heart broken at some point in her life, and she never stopped loving this person. Even though life had moved on, her heart never did, and her heart was still strong in her love for this person, and it just went on and on until I'd assume that she died, but in my song, it just, her love is strong, her love lives on. She got left, got her heart broken, and she never stopped loving this person. So that's what that's about. The other side of love, broken heart.
How about track number 9 on the album, I Would Cry? Where does that come from?
Yeah, that's a love song about don't leave me, 'cause I would cry if you weren't around. That's all that is. When you're into someone, you want them around, and if they leave, then you'd be sad, and you'd cry. And I'm a sensitive guy, and I would cry. I'd fucking cry. God damn it.
How about the last track on the album, number 10? And that looks like that might be one of Jessica's as well.
Oh, Dog Days
Dog
of
Days
Summer.
of Summer.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful little waltz about the end of summer. and I love it. You know, I play a 12-string guitar on that one, and it's an odd song. Again, you know, there are some odd tracks, and that's one of the odd tracks on the album, but that's okay. You know, it's artistic, and for me, it's a great way to close the album, because it's like after the party when the lights go on and you see all the beer bottles and ashtrays and everything, and it's just like, you know, the whole record is like sequenced to have a flow, and that song is like the very, very end after the party. And if you listen to it on a CD, and if you have it on repeat, it flows right into the first song very well. So you can listen to it over and over and over.
So loop it.
It's one of those great records where I think every song is, you know, really strong, and the album as a whole is a great body of work. And to me, they're a little collection of singles, 2-minute, 3-minute singles, all called together in one album. So it goes by really fast. It's only like a half-an-hour album, and it goes by like that, but they're all 3-minute, 2-minute little opuses, little catchy songs.
So I have heard all three of you kind of use adjectives like strange or odd or weird to kind of describe you and your music. So kind of how did you guys come together, this merry band of weirdos? Where did you start? How did you meet?
Well, I think that's one thing that we have in common, is that we're all odd in our own way, you know. I mean, I'm not as odd as those two, that's for sure, but I'm just kidding. No, we're all odd, and that's the thing that we have in common. With this band, it's sort of like a place for the freaks and geeks to go and unite and be together, you know, and safety in numbers. And, you know, that's what we are. So, you know, I don't know if we have any fans. I don't even know if we ever will have any fans, except for us. I'm a fan of the band, and I'm a fan of the songs, but if these songs connect with people, and they see that we're a strange and odd group of people, maybe they can connect with us, you know, and everyone at a certain point likes to feel, you know, like they connect to somebody, you know, and, you know, I was a loner my whole life, and so when I make a connection with other freaks and geeks like Jessica and Izzy, it feels great, you know, to know I'm not alone.
And it sounds, tell us about Zenith Studios, because where you recorded the album, because that kind of seems like it fits right along with your theme of weirdness and freaks and geeks. So kind of tell us about how this album was recorded, where and how, and tell us a little bit about Zenith.
Zenith Studios is a garage. I mean, when I say garage, I mean it's not a converted garage with a nice couch and carpet into a recording studio. It's an actual garage with cobwebs, and the only thing missing is the car. You know, instead of the car, you've got a drum set and whatever band equipment is there at the moment. But real magic happened when we recorded in that little garage, because the wood is very old, and the wood itself sort of resonated in the way it was constructed. The sound didn't bounce around very much. It was sort of stationary, so we got really good sounds from the instruments in that rundown garage called Zenith Recording Studios, run by Jordan Wren in Brainerd, Minnesota, USA.
When we, as new budding fans, where can people hear the album, check it out, buy it, those types of things?
Well, for right now, we had the thing pressed onto CD copies, and until we're right in the middle of figuring out how to get it on Amazon and iTunes, and a couple others where people buy their music these days. I mean, that's not really my department anymore. I listen to all my music basically on vinyl, which we're gonna get the album pressed onto vinyl as well, as soon as possible. But you know, I don't know when people are going to be watching this video, but hopefully by that point, see, it just came out, the album just came out, but hopefully by this point, when people watch this, they can go to Amazon or iTunes and buy the tracks, or come to the show, is better yet, and buy the vinyl or the CD. And
so tell us about upcoming shows that you guys have booked for the remainder of 2017, kind of into the new year, 2018.
Yeah,
What's on the horizon?
It's the end of the year for 2017, and we have 3 shows booked. 1 in Duluth, Minnesota, and 2 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're a Minnesota band, and so that's kind of our area for right now. And in 2018, this coming year, we want to branch out, start playing the Midwest of America, and hopefully hit East Coast and West Coast at some point, and get out there and travel, and bring the music to the people. The internet is great, but seeing us live is where these songs come alive.
So you said that you guys write fairly quickly together. It sounds like you have a good vibe. You gel well. So looking at other albums, quickly, be a while? Because I know you started with this first one, but...
Yeah, we write very quickly. Very, very, very quickly. I mean, we have basically the next album. We have more songs than we need already, and I figure by the time the spring of 2018 rolls around and it's time to go back into the recording studio for album number 2, we'll have even more songs to choose from. I want to keep it 10 songs. I don't want to go over that, just because, I mean, too much of a good thing, I think 10 songs is plenty, and so we have enough songs already to go for the next album, and I have some ideas about that. It's tentatively going to be called Babyland. I don't know why. I saw a very cool street sign called Babyland, and I thought, it's kind of a cool name for an album of songs. But we'll see. I mean, it's a bit early to talk about that yet, but the songs are there for album number 2 already. So I suppose we'll spend the rest of 17 and the winter of 18 playing shows around Midwest. And then we'll get back in and record album number 2 and do it all over again. If the planet's still here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
And again, congratulations on the new album. And we
you.
look forward to seeing what is on the horizon for the Crow Wings in 2018.
Let's do it.